Previously on the Death Saving Bros podcast.
I guess I'm gonna investigate Dean Livia.
She slowly sits up and says, "What happened?"
Well, we heard some yelling. There was smoke. I don't know where that came from. A giant bee and some hounds, and we found you here.
I was talking to Vacum about you four. I need to get to the infirmary. And she starts marching straight out the door.
We should probably get back to searching for Winona somewhere.
Can I pull out my sending stone and ask that one guy how he's doing?
Roger Dodger, this is Donnie.
Just found the dean unconscious, believe it or not.
I saw some corpses. All those students that came in here sick, they're dying. Then I saw that Dean Livia saw me. That was like 10 minutes ago.
She's already there?
She was there 10 minutes ago.
And it would definitely take longer than 5 minutes to get from the infirmary to where we're at right now.
Yeah, unless she teleported or something.
Or unless the person that was just unconscious wasn't Dean Livia. And there was also a Dean Livia in the infirmary with dead kids.
Unless that is someone else.
Oh, it's not Facum Kane because he was here.
Unless.
You want me to go look right now?
No. Well, yeah, go take a peek.
Oh, hi, Dean Livia.
We're on our way.
I'm gonna go try to figure out who this imposter is. I'd go the way that Facum Kane had gone.
You keep following the hallway, and then it dead ends.
I want to smash the vase in anger.
You look up and you see Acrea Rolta, the coach of the Pyrocross team, and Dean Niall Tyson coming around the corner.
Manny, Thad, what the hell are you guys doing?
But Facum Kane went down this hallway, smashed this vase.
And I guess there's two Dean Livias.
Milo, shh.
And I just want to stare at Milo. Don't say anything.
I vomit.
See, he's not feeling well, so we're going to get him to the infirmary.
I will escort you to the infirmary. Coach Rolta, you go and you find Vacum, and we're going to put this accusation to rest. So you arrive at the infirmary, the lights are all on, and lying on 4 gurneys are dead students.
Well, that's slightly unsettling.
Welcome to another episode of the Death Saving Bros podcast. I am your host and dungeon master, Paul Camper. With me today, I have Brad Renfro.
Recent survey shows that 6 out of 7 dwarves are not happy.
I get it.
I never really watched Disney.
It's funny because you say like a family-friendly thing just for like me to follow it up with something about my penis, and it completely kills any family-friendly act you're going for.
Usually I'm last, and I gotta be like, well, guys, I'm just gonna give you something nice.
So now parents are like, okay, this is good for our kids. We could listen to it as a family. JK, nobody's fucking listening to this as a family. That's odd. But yeah. Now,
If you are listening to it as a family, let us know, because we would
Call
love
CPS
to know.
on yourself.
so here they are. So they're like, okay, this is off to a rock solid start.
Boner! Hand job!
Speaking of which, we also have on the podcast, Matt Smith.
Why did the wizard have good balance? Because he can't trip.
All right. I'm going to look like the asshole at the end of this, aren't I?
Brad Richards.
Ooga,
Oh.
I don't even know what you just said. It came across as a bunch of static on my end.
That just made my PPR.
And Ben Renfro.
His peepee's hard.
I've had blue balls for weeks now since we haven't recorded recently, and I'm ready to drain my nut tonight.
Oh my lord.
Stop.
Some sacrilegious shit.
But blue balls because...
See what I said? I said sacrilegious.
Oh, I heard it.
Yeah, but it makes sense. We haven't recorded in a while, so, usually I get hard every week, and now I've just been having blue balls, and...
Oh, we get it.
That's ready to be drained.
We get it.
We get it.
It's just a scrambled thing to say.
I thought you were going to say it was a stretch.
Just
Just Be like, Paul, that transition was like my sack. A stretch.
We need you to stop this whole charade you got
There's a
going on.
wrinkle in your plan, just like my nutsack.
Let's just move past whatever Ben is saying and get started on our Death Saving Bros actual play 5th edition podcast, which we have not recorded in a while, so let's give a little bit of a recap. When we last left off, our student adventurers had just beat some demons that had flooded into the hallway, and they went to investigate the room they had come out of to discover an unconscious Dean Livia. They woke her up. She said that Professor Fackham Kane had come in and been talking to her, and she needed to get back to the infirmary. So she left, and our student adventurers were trying to figure out what was going on, who was doing what in terms of like the mysteries that were abounding in the school. And they reached out to their friend Donnie at the infirmary via Sending Stone. And Donnie said, "What are you talking about? Dean Livia is not at the school. She's here in the infirmary." And they thought that sounded suspicious. So then they decided to go try and find out where Professor Fackham Kane had run off to after his argument with Dean Livia, only to see a dead end in the hallway and no sign of Professor Kane. 2 of the other teachers at the school, Coach Rolta of the Pyrocross team and Dean Niall Tyson, came in and listened to all of these accusations and recounts of what had been going on, and they said, "All right, we're going to look into this." Coach Rolta went to go get Professor Kane. Dean Tyson took our adventurers to the infirmary to get them patched up, and that is where we left off, with them arriving at the infirmary and finding 4 dead students. So, I leave it to you, gentlemen, to pick up the story as you have just turned the corner at the infirmary to see 4 of your fellow students dead on gurneys.
Holy balls!
No, potential teammates.
Less competition for the finals. Was somebody escorting us in?
Yes, you are with Dean Tyson, and as soon as you exclaim and you're saying what you're saying, he says, boys, you should not be looking at this. We need to get you to your own
You
rooms."
brought us here.
Whoa. Guys, I found a problem. I definitely made that Disturbed joke before, because I have a band name and a song.
Probably. What are you listening to right now as we walk in with your earbud in?
Bothered.
Yes.
Toward the
Upset.
bottom. Toward the bottom along the ailment.
Very good.
I hate myself.
Were there any of the hospital staff in earshot?
To hear your exclamations, or
Well,
Yeah, or to check us in, or to be
more
like,
so, I would like to ask them what is going on and like go up and be able to talk to them, call them over, do something like that.
Gotcha. So when you had walked into the infirmary last episode, there actually wasn't anybody at the front desk, which was suspicious. That's when you turned the corner looking for hospital staff, and you found the bodies instead. So when you exclaim, nobody comes rushing right away. It's just Dean Tyson who's trying to usher you back out into the lobby. He says, boys, wait here, and I'll don't touch anything, don't go anywhere. I will find Dean Livia or Derek or Meredith. I will find somebody. We'll figure out what's going on. And he disappears back into the infirmary hallways, and you are left alone in the front lobby.
Can we take a peeky peek at the bodies?
I'd like to be looking for toe tags, see who these fellow students are.
Yeah, if you want to try and take a look at the bodies, I would like anybody that is going through those double doors to peek at them to give me a stealth check.
Good thing a giant fucking elephant's super not stealthy.
Was I peeking my head? I don't
21.
19.
It's gonna be on brand 6. Just come stomping through the doors.
All right, so since Thad asked first, you slip through the door right behind Dean Tyson, and you don't make a sound as the door is swinging, and you go to take a look at the bodies.
I mean, I probably would have waited probably would have waited like a second until he was like gone.
On his heels.
Not like the door swinging closed and I go swing.
He doesn't even notice that you are that close on his heels.
I mean, I guess if I'm getting away with it,
Yeah.
I'll continue.
If I'm getting away with it, I'll also take his wallet.
We did not go that far.
I'll slip a note into his pocket that says "Note to self: reinstate Pyrocross for sure."
Do you want to try to do that? You can give me a sleight of hand.
Signed, Dean Tyson.
He signed his own name, Dean Tyson.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. So, if you don't want to sneak in the way that I suggested, how would you sneak through those swinging doors?
I mean, I was going to wait like a second until he was like at least a little bit down the hallway
Okay, sure.
and then go in.
All right. And then you wanted to take a peek at the bodies. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I guess if there's any wounds or like obvious way they might have died.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Well, with my +0, that gives me a 13.
Okay. You are looking them over, and you walk up, and you're looking over the first body, and you're not really seeing anything aside from the markings of the sickness that you've been seeing on all the students around you. The jaundiced skin, the fever, well, I guess it wouldn't be feverish because they're dead. But jaundiced skin, there are no cuts, bruises of any kind, and they have dry, chapped lips, and just as you're discovering these things on this first body, the door bangs behind you, and Manny comes through.
I poop my pants.
You're like in close listening and you hear a loud bang.
You have pants?
I poop my shell, I mean.
Ew.
That's unsanitary.
It's just sitting in the pocket at the bottom like baby's diaper.
Have we ever gotten Thad out of his shell?
Wait,
entirely?
no, we did know about the dead bodies because Donnie told us in the Sending Stone. Like, we knew people were dying.
Yeah, but seeing them's different.
No, sorry, that was just like an epiphany moment where I was supposed to remember that like 10 minutes ago.
Also, Donnie is crazy, so, you know, when he's like, hey, there's dead bodies here, I mean, yeah, I could go either way.
That is a very good point.
They could just be sleeping.
But yeah, so Manny comes bursting through the door, trying to do what you did and slip through them, but instead it winds up smacking back and hitting the wall.
It's fine. So yeah, first thing I would like to just do is go check the toe tags to see if I recognize any of these students.
All right, so you are checking the toe tags. You don't recognize any of them just by looking at their faces in terms of like named characters that have happened so far in this campaign, but you have met these people before in your time on campus. You recognize that one of them is named Myron, another is named Aeolus. You don't know one of them by name, but you read the toe tag and it says Quewin, and then the last one is Katar.
So I don't really. Okay, that's fine. Milo and Dixon didn't follow in yet, right?
No. I figured the elephant going through the doors was not going to be silent.
I mean, why does it matter? I don't care if somebody sees that we're in the lobby. That's cool.
And I see nobody behind the desk,
All right.
so...
I go back out. Dixon, Milo, have a thought. Milo, you were talking to Donnie on our way over here, right?
You see me rifling through some of the papers behind the desk, and I just go, what? Yeah, Donnie, we talked to him on the Sending Stone. You were there.
I think you were talking to him. I don't recall if I was listening to that conversation. He told you people were dying. Did he know how? Or did you guys not be able to talk about that? See if he had any inside information since he's actually been here in the infirmary. If he overheard anything, do you know yet?
You got yelled at.
If I remember correctly, he was just very afraid that people were, he was very freaked out that people died, and that's all he said. He didn't say how.
All right. Do you think there'd be any benefit in going and trying to talk to him real quick before the administration gets back? Do you guys think he might have some sort of information, or was he more just scared? It's probably a dead end.
I mean, he seems to have taken his role as being an undercover for our team pretty serious, so he might have some information.
I think we send Dixon in. Dixon, you and him got along really well last time for some reason.
You mean the guy held up by the neck and pinned him against the wall?
Yeah, but then you put him down, and you guys were... It was the most...
You mean the guy I threatened over the
It
sending
was the most
stone?
vibrant I've ever seen you. There, I'll say it.
The same guy I just threatened over the sending stone?
Yeah, but... I think secretly he levels with you in some way. Your guys' crazy matches each other.
Are you calling me psychotic?
No, I didn't call you psychotic per se. All I'm trying to say is you seem to have a way with him.
I just kicked the door open and walked through the hallway.
All right, are you
Going to where Donnie is.
All right, you're going to die. Okay, good. We'll wait out here.
All right.
I'm rolling for penetration.
Rolling for how well I kicked this fucking door open.
It is a swinging door, so it opens pretty darn easily if you kick it.
20. I rolled a 20. I kicked the fuck out of this door.
It bangs open even louder than Manny managed to bang it open.
Ew. We're not talking about Winona, are we?
Oh, no. Like a screen door in a hurricane.
Actually, I want Milo to give me a perception check, because you said you were going through the papers behind the front desk.
Yep. 26.
Right as Dixon winds up kicking through the door to start marching towards Donnie's room, and Manny goes chasing after him, you notice on one of the sheets of paper that you're rifling through, you notice the name Winona, and you see that it is under a list of admitted patients.
Everybody else is through the door at this point.
Yes, everybody else has gone into the back hallways.
Does it say a room number?
Yes, she is in room 206.
Okay, and then I also want to look if Dean Livia is checked in.
Not doing that. Not telling me that the love of my life is admitted yet.
None of you are in the same room as me.
Yes, we are.
He just said no, you all went through the doors, and I'm still out in the lobby.
Brad is correct.
Oh, I've been painting this picture wrong the whole time. I thought we were all in like this big lobby where like the front desk was, and that's where you were at, and that's where the dead bodies were. But okay.
No, sorry, the dead bodies are through the doors in the back hallways, the beginning of the back hallways. And that's where Thad has been. And he's looking over the bodies, and he is noticing symptoms of illness, but he is not discovering any sort of wounds or anything. And then the rest of you were in the lobby until Dixon went through those back doors along with Manny and left Milo alone at the front desk.
So, I also do want to know, though, if the dean is checked in like she said she was going to.
Give me an investigation check, because now you're looking for something specific.
11.
You do not find Dean Livia's name on the admitted sheet.
Could have looked harder.
Interesting. Okay, well, I guess since nothing else catches my eye, I will scurry off back through the doors here, and I will alert everybody that I have found that Winona is in here.
I stopped dead in my tracks. Where?
Guys, I saw that Winona is on the admitted patients list.
What
she's in
room?
She's in room 206.
When was she checked in?
When was she checked in?
You referred to the sheet, or did you take the sheet with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would I?
I got them sticky fingers,
Of
you know?
course I'd love to have the sheet of admitted patients on my person.
You pull it out of one of your pockets and you refer to it and say, you notice that she was admitted the day that you guys were all off griffin hunting.
Okay. So she's been admitted here this whole time.
So she's a clone too. It's the attack of the pod people.
Unless, like, Milo, does that list you have, like, that was just, like, when they were admitted, does it also have, like, if they've been, like, released since then? Like, she might have only been admitted for, like, a couple hours.
The sheet that you have does not keep track of release, only admittance.
Was there a sheet for releases on that desk?
I don't think so. I mean, there might have been in there somewhere,
All right,
but...
well, regardless, I'm going to go check out room 206 real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to come with you.
No.
Thad has questions.
Everybody doesn't need to come. I mean, somebody needs to be waiting in the lobby when they get back to say, like, oh, yeah, they just ran to the bathroom or something to, like, buy us time.
What's Tyson doing for all this? Oh, wait, he walked off to find somebody.
Yeah, he's trying to find us, like,
He's
an
gonna come back.
administrator.
Yeah, that's fine. We're all gonna walk away.
He's gonna be like, wait here, and nobody's gonna be there. Great. Great plan, guys. That's fine. Let's go. Let's group trip to room 206, except for Dixon, who's gonna go play with Donnie.
Dixon, are you still on your way to Donnie's room?
Dude, I don't give a shit about the elephant boy not closing with the girl.
What do you mean not closing? What do you consider closing? What do you know about it?
All right. Well, if Dixon's on his way to Donnie's room, and the rest of you are on your way to room 206, we'll do room 206 first, and then we'll come back to Dixon and Donnie. So, Manny, Milo, and Thad are on their way to 206. You know, based on the way that things are numbered, that you're able to find the room pretty quickly. And when you get there, there is a medical chart outside the door, and the door is closed.
Have we still not seen any staff? I take it.
You have not seen any staff.
Should we all dress up in scrubs to make it seem like we work here? Like we all pop into the janitor's closet, put on scrubs, and we obviously...
What's the medical chart say?
Yeah, whose chart is it for?
You lift the medical chart out, and you can see very clearly that it is labeled Winona.
That's all I needed to see.
Does it have any kind of like timeline? Like, oh, at such and such time, patient's vitals were checked and etc. So that we can establish like
Does
how
she
long
have-
and when she's been here.
And while he's looking like for that information, I'm also scanning it to say like, see,
STDs.
well, of course, if blood work came back, I'd like to know. But also, if we see why she was admitted, like what is wrong with her, if that's on the chart as well.
Yeah. So you guys are all huddled around this clipboard, and you're reading it, and you can see that it says she was admitted the day that you guys were off griffin hunting. She was admitted with all the signs of the symptoms that everybody else that is sick, all those things that they have: cough, jaundiced skin, ashen lips, trouble breathing, that sort of stuff. And she has a record of vitals from the day that she was admitted until present day. There is no break in the timeline. According to her chart, she has been there the entire time, and her vitals and symptoms have been getting worse as well.
How frequent are the vital checks?
Give me an investigation check, please.
What,
To
see if she
see
like
the
left
difference
for a
between
little
1
bit?
p.m. and 2 p.m. versus 1 p.m. and like 9 p.m.
I just need a check in order to figure out how long it's going to take you to notice any sort of patterns.
11.
Okay, that's fine. You managed to pick up on the pattern pretty quickly that it's basically like every 6 hours there were a vital check, and it was being checked by somebody different each time, like 4 different people per day. And then you notice that approximately 36 hours after she was admitted, the only person that is checking on her was Dean Livia.
Okay. And just remind me real quick of one timeline of when we rescued her from the pipes. Was that before or after the Griffins?
After the Griffins.
Okay.
And are any of those checks on the chart during the time we would have known she was like with one of us?
Yes, because the day that we are living right now is the same day, just a few hours earlier, where you guys followed the pipes and found Winona. And there are checks on this sheet saying that she was present in the infirmary
Like while we were with her.
while you were with her.
I open the door.
No, hold on, Milo.
Nope.
Before you go on, Milo, I have something to say. Guys, this is going to be easy for me to say, but...
We're not going to pull the plug.
No. That's not what I'm trying to say. The Winona that I was with, you know, that we saved and I shared that moment with, and then we went back.
And then nothing happened.
Look. Man. Thad, I hate to say this, but you're right.
I know.
You're right. No, you guys are totally right. I totally didn't close.
You hear me from down
I was so close. We did have that kiss, but what I'm trying to say is, if
Why would you lie to me?
no, this is okay because I wanted to fit in and be cool. I didn't want to let you down, Dad, because you know it was everybody was so excited for me, but what I'm trying to say is, if Winona's been in here this whole time, and we just figured out about, like, 2D and Livia's, it seems like it was, maybe not actually Winona, and that could mean a whole mess of things, which is really confusing me, like, in my intimate life and things like that. I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
I'm sorry about your intimate life.
I'm
trying
the
best way to do this.
I'm very confused because there could be a shapeshifter walking around the school that looked like Dean Livia and looked like Winona, and it could have been anybody. Or there could be a whole mess of clones, and they could be, like, as people are being admitted, doing shit to them and cloning their bodies for different reasons, which would be also very weird and confusing to me. But all I'm trying to say is, if this wasn't the Winona that we've been with recently...
They could have just been lying on the charts. Let's just open... I'm going to gently open the door.
You find the door is locked.
Oh, I'm just going to gently open the...
Aggressively
okay?
open the door.
I'm going to try
It's
to...
okay, guys.
I'm going to try to pick the lock.
I can pick it. I have thieves' tools and I'm proficient in this shit.
Since when?
He's never had to pick a door.
I have a lot of tools.
I'm always there to kick them open.
You are a tool.
I'm not great at it. I have the tools, and
You just said you're proficient in it.
I am proficient in it.
But you're not great.
Not great.
Let me pick it.
Moderately proficient.
Let me see them tools.
I'm not going to give you my tools.
I'll give them back.
I mean...
Oh, you won't.
Let me try it first, because I like these tools.
All right, I'm going to pull out a paperclip and another paperclip. I'm going to try to improvise pick this.
All right, roll for me, Milo. It will be a sleight of hand.
I rolled a 24.
Milo, you managed to pick the lock with your paper clips. Just as Manny is getting his tools out, he's selected his nice set of lock picks, and he's ready to go, and you go, ta-da, and there's the latch that it's an unlatched door, and it just slowly swings open.
Could have made this easy on us.
I mean, it's okay. I wasn't feeling very confident anyways.
And as the door swings open, I'm guessing that the three of you that are at room 206 are going to enter.
Yes.
Carefully.
Respectfully.
Just yes.
Manny's going to be bursting in there.
Winona! Oh.
You guys walk into the room, and it is an empty bed.
I dress up as Winona and wait for the vital check.
You put on her clothes.
And now let's go ahead and switch over to Dixon. Dixon, you are making your way over to the psych ward. As you're making your way there, you hear voices in the hallway next to yours. So I'm going to need you to give me a stealth check to go unnoticed.
Well, if there's one thing I'm proficient in, it's not stealth. 10.
Okay. The voices you can hear are clearly Dean Tyson, and you can hear Meredith's voice over there. You think that you hear Dean Livia's voice. You go into the psych ward quickly, and you pause a moment to hear if you can sense anybody following you, and you don't hear anything. So you continue on to Donnie's room, and the door is unlocked.
I go in.
Once you enter the room, you can see that Donnie is sitting there, tapping his toes and kind of looking around, and his sending stone is in his lap.
Does he see me?
He does.
Damn.
He sits up from the chair and goes, Dixon! Oh my, huh? What are you doing here?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay.
Shh.
Just pinch his lips like, no.
Shh. There's a lot of teachers here, so shut the fuck up.
What's going on?
I don't know.
They sent me to your room.
I wish I could tell you, but there's a lot of weird shit going on.
Clearly, everybody's sick.
And dead.
And last year, my roommates died?
Yes. Have you heard anything how they died?
The ones that died in front of my eyes, or the ones that I just found?
Motherfucker, I know how the...
Motherfucker, I know all the ones that died in front of you died. The other ones that just died.
No, I mean, I would assume from the sickness.
Shut the fuck up.
Do you want me to talk to you, or do you want me to shut the fuck up?
Shh, quietly, you fuck.
I am being quiet, you fuck.
I draw a dagger.
He draws a pencil.
I like this guy.
I understand why you're here. So you don't know how the new ones died?
No, but clearly it's freaking people out because all of the attendants are now, like, running from room to room, checking in on the sick people.
And you don't know anything about it.
I was waiting for further instruction. I was caught by Dean Livia, and she
That's a good call.
told me to sit down, and if you want me to do some investigation, I'll do some investigation. And he starts waving his pencil around.
No. No. Not a chance.
No.
Because you'll get caught, and then that little stone in your lap is going to lead them to us. We're going to get you out of here.
Oh, I like that very much, but I mean, if I need to hide something, I'll hide it. You know, there's more than one pocket on my person.
No.
How big is that? How big is the stone, just for my personal knowledge?
It is... How big do you want it to be?
No.
Not...
I've always pictured like a little pebble, but you're right. Is it like a
Is it like
fist-sized rock?
a jagged rock?
I've always imagined it's like a polished stone about the size of your palm.
Damn, dude.
Just picture a jagged, broken cinder block.
Just right up his poop chute.
What are you talking about, my poop chute? He pulls aside part of his gown, and you can see that there is like a pocket haphazardly sewn on the inside of his
He's a marsupial.
nursing gown.
It's a pouch. Just
Yeah, just keep it in my pouch. Bloop.
nobody goes in my pouch.
He's a marsupial.
Nobody's allowed in there.
Okay, Donnie. So we're gonna get you out of here, but we might have to start murdering teachers. Just letting you know.
I don't think that's the best plan of action.
I don't see another way this is gonna end.
Why?
Because Vacuum Kane's over there smashing flower pots, and I took the fall for it. He's gotta die.
What does that have to do with anything?
You know what? I don't have to explain myself to you. You're in a psych ward.
I am in a psych ward because nobody believes me when I'm telling them the truth. Just because I'm spouting truth, I'm the crazy one.
Well, yeah, that's how 90% of the world works.
And it's fucked up, man.
Which is why we gotta start killing teachers.
I think we're sending the wrong message for this podcast.
Let's not be too hasty.
Someone's gonna die here. I'm just telling you.
Somebody's already died.
Well, yeah, but like, those are just kids. Fuck them kids. Okay, so stay here. You don't know anything. Where did Dean Livia go when she left you?
She went down into the 300s hallway.
What's in the 300s hallway?
Patience?
Be patient. That's what he's telling you to do.
What kind of patience?
Well, I mean,
You say sick ones down here, I swear to God, I'm gonna gut you like a pig.
I was going to say the sick ones because most of the people here are sick, but the 300s hallways is more of like the intensive care unit. They're the really sick patients.
Okay. Donnie,
Yeah.
stay hidden, stay quiet. We were never here. Hide your fucking stone. We'll be back.
You look down and the stone's no longer in his lap.
I don't want to know. And I leave the room.
Okay. So we're then going to go ahead and pause on Dixon's storyline, and let's go back to the three that are in room 206 with the empty bed. Hello, all you listeners. Today, I'm not just your DM Paul. Today, I'm your D&D Valentine, ready to send you sweet messages over the air. Hope you enjoyed that. I get a kick out of it. I killed myself, as you very well know from all my segues. Anyways, speaking of messages, if you ever want to connect with us directly, feel free to send us a message, holiday reasons or no, by reaching out on social media at Death Saving Bros. Or you can leave us a review. Every one of those reviews that we read is like a jolt to our soul, and we can't thank you enough for that. At any time, if you want to learn more about the world of Ralvaria or about us hosts, please let us know. And perhaps if it's a question about the world that we're playing in, we might even create a full archives post about it with more information. But other than that, new news, new things happening around here is still a little bit in short supply, though there is certainly stuff still going on behind the scenes, so there will be updates to come in the future. However, our biggest priority right now is our Patreon at patreon.com/deathsavingbros. We continue to post new content every week, so we highly recommend checking that out if you haven't already. Access starts at just $2 a month, but you can also simply follow the page for free if you want to just be a part of the community. If you wind up coming in at higher tiers, you can suggest names of characters, locations, and if you join our Shade Arrow tier for at least 3 months, you'll get all that sweet Death Saving Bros access, including exclusive merchandise. April will be the last month in this first half of 2024 to become a Shade Arrow and still get enough months racked up for our summer fulfillment, so don't wait. Head on over to patreon.com/deathsavingbros. And as always, we like to recognize those patrons who make this show possible. Those who have joined our Patreon at the $5 tier get a shout out at the end of the show, but the following individuals have pledged to support us financially at the $10 tier or higher, so they get the supporter shout out right now. Ryan Cushman, Gene L. Jackson, and Gavin Knox. Thank you all for your support. And that's just about everything. Like I said, we're short on new news. Oh, I should add that Redbubble.com will be running a pretty handsome 25% discount starting on February 19th, 2024. So that is the Monday after the show is released. If you've been waiting on some self-love with some DSB merch, this month might just be the time to do that. So why not head over to redbubble.com and search Death Saving Bros. But now that that's done and out of the way, without further ado, we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
All right, guys, we should get back to the lobby before anybody notices that we're not in the lobby.
Yes, I look under the bed.
What are you looking for under the bed?
Anything.
Hey,
Literally
Manny.
anything that could be under the bed.
Manny, didn't you set that trap where someone walked over there and then we heard them? Can you maybe see if you can put something here to see it when Winona comes back, we'll be alerted?
Think it we would have to stay in earshot of the trap.
Oh, the trap would just go off like when they come back to their room from going to the bathroom or whatever?
Yeah,
There's-
yeah. It's not like I just get like a buzzing in my head when somebody walks by. It's like, I think I did it in the past where one of Dixon's bands played very loudly in the woods.
I will be the night that I will fall for you.
Yeah, like First Foot Lullaby, or is that what you call
That
it?
might be right. I don't know if it is. I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yeah, it's First Foot Lullaby. As for you, Thad, you look under the bed and there is nothing there aside from lint.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
All right, Dad, let's just all get back before they realize we're gone, and we'll talk about it.
I don't know. Is there anything cool to look at?
Milo, we gotta get back.
We leave and we close the door
I pick up Milo
on the way out.
Yeah, and I just pick up Milo with my trunk.
But there's snooping to do.
Nope, I pick you up with my trunk.
Milo, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Why? Because he's being lifted by my trunk?
Yeah, he's actually getting pulled away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll on the computer for this. Perception?
Yes, please.
Why are you using your computer? That's so much less fun.
He's getting disadvantaged. What if I cover his eyes too? Well, he's being
that
pulled
was
away.
a 16, and this is a 12. 12.
Okay, then the things that you notice as they're pulling you out of the room is a book bag filled with books. It is open. It is set beside the bedside table. You can tell that the bed is made. It has not been disturbed recently. The flowers in the pot in the room are dead and have been dead for some time. And there is not much else in the area.
I want to wiggle free and go look in that book bag.
No. Just come on.
But I gotta look.
If you're actually going to try and wriggle free, I need a contested grapple check.
Is that strength?
For you, it would be acrobatics or athletics, and for Manny, who is lifting you, it would be athletics.
Believe it or not, I suck at strength and athletics.
Yep, I'm doing it. I got a +3 in acrobatics.
20.
11. So I do not wiggle free.
You do not wriggle free. Manny wraps you up tight with his trunk. You notice these things as you're being pulled out of the room, and then they close the door, and you are now out in the hallway.
Am I able to... We can cast cantrips for free still, right?
Correct.
Can I just use Druidcraft to make the flowers bloom
What?
that were in the pot and
No,
dead?
that will be suspicious.
I feel bad.
Yeah, but that's going to make someone know that you're there.
I don't care.
As the door closes, you cast Druidcraft, and you see the flowers perk up right as the door closes.
All right, I have a bit of relief.
All right. Yeah, me too. Can we all just go regroup in the lobby? Can we all regroup?
Yeah, but I'm not walking.
No, I put you down now.
Nope. I just sit on the floor.
All right, that's fine. I leave you.
Do you squeak when you get wrapped and picked up?
Only when I'm in the mouse form.
Like a little squishy, like...
That sounds like one of those rubber
Yeah.
chickens where
every time it gets picked up.
Okay, so Manny and Thad are going back towards the lobby, and Milo is just sitting there outside of the door to room 206.
No, I have abandonment issues. I'm going to run after them.
All right, so the three of you are headed back to the lobby. As you are doing that, you start to hear voices that are coming from the hallway next to yours, and they are coming towards you.
Disguise myself as a ficus.
Can you do
That's
that?
a fine.
Are they like in between us and the lobby, or are they just like coming towards us from another direction?
Think of it as like you've got the 100s, 200, 300, 400 hallways, and they all go parallel. And then at the front of the infirmary, there's one hallway that connects all of them with a swinging door that leads to the lobby. So you will have to pass in front of the hallway from the direction of the voices in order to get back to the lobby. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It would be like if you were looking at bookcases and you've got 4 aisles of bookcases and there's...
So based on the way you laid it out, if we like turn directions and go a different way, is there not really another hall that leads back like to where we would need to go?
Correct. You only have the one direction that you can go, and you will have to pass in front of the voices in order to get to the lobby.
So we should haul ass and get there before they do, so they don't see us.
Or we go and just try to meet up at Donnie's room.
Well, I mean, if we went to Donnie's room, isn't he in a different hallway?
Yeah, so Donnie is in the psych ward, which is at the back of all those hallways. So you could go back down the current hallway that you're in, the 200s hallway, and as the voices are going towards the lobby, you go the opposite direction towards the psych ward, and you would not cross paths.
Yeah, so we can avoid them altogether and go try to meet up at the psych ward with Donnie and Dixon. Or we can just try to get out there. I can always try to cast my Pass Without Trace spell, but...
Or we could just walk out and be like, oh, well, we were curious about our dead classmates. What are they going to do?
Yeah, let's
do it.
act cool, guys. And I start walking just kind of like chest up high, just turn the corner like we're supposed to.
And I put on sunglasses even though I'm inside.
Very cool. I say act cool and you do that.
I walk in slow motion.
All right, so you guys turn the corner, and about halfway down the hallway in the 300s, you hear Dean Tyson call out to you and say, "Boys, I thought I told you to wait out in the lobby."
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just concerned about our dead classmates. It's very concerning.
Well, yes, of course.
Nobody's anywhere. What is going on here?
He looks over his shoulder, and you can see a whole congregation of nurses and doctors down the hall. He says, "Things have there are some things going on, and we just want to get you into your room so that you can recuperate. So why don't I show you down to your rooms?"
I mean, we could also just sleep in our dorm. We're not sick. We're just tuckered out.
Well, you said that Milo was hurt. Clearly not. Were you? You boys have been lying to me this entire time.
My
I mean, Milo's sick, but like the rest of us aren't.
Milo just has a means of being dramatic at times.
I'll walk it off after I have some soup once I find it.
Yeah.
Thad, I want you to give me a deception check, please.
It's gonna be 17.
Okay, you win. Dean Tyson says, "Yes, I suppose I have had Milo. He can be a little bit dramatic at times."
Dramatic? I was going to die.
I kick you.
Ow, my leg! You broke it. Are you kidding me?
I didn't step on you.
I can't walk. I can't walk.
Thus proving our point.
Is Dean Livia in the group?
My leg.
Yes, Dean Livia is with the group of doctors and nurses behind Dean Tyson.
When I gaze upon this Dean Livia, do my turtle loins twitch in the exact same way that they would have twitched when we saw Dean Livia in the room that Fackham Kane ran from?
Yes, you hear an audible ping.
The exact same tone of ping?
Yes. Deep and dolorous.
Dollars. Good word. So, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is, does she look any different?
She is exactly the same as every other time that you've ever seen her. Great. But yeah, so Dean Tyson starts walking towards you and he says, "Well, if you're not sick and you don't need medical attention, then please go back to your dorms. I will look into the accusations that you've made about Professor Kane, and we'll talk about it tomorrow."
Okay. That's fine. Let's all head back. And then
I think we deserve some answers.
well, we all do.
Answers? Answers for what?
For how are there 4 dead students here?
There's not 4, there's more. But he can only count to 4.
That is something that we are going to figure out, and we will tell all of the students as soon as we know what's going on. But for now, you should probably just leave.
Well, why are there 2 Dean Livias as well?
What are you talking about?
There is another Dean Livia.
Motherfucker.
This guy, I was literally like on our way back to the lobby, I was going to come up with a plan and come up with like how we could get this information. You're just blurting it out in front of Dean Livia too, which, you know, makes it that much awkward and everybody else. So there goes.
I'm not even here, but I specifically worked my way around that by blaming the pot on Kane.
As I'm staring Dean Livia down for, no reason, absolutely. Does she react to that?
She wasn't reacting to you staring her down, but as soon as she hears Milo say 2 Dean Livias,
We're dead.
You see her turn and look.
We're dead.
And you see her frown at the 4 of you. And she calls after Dean Tyson and says, "Niall, is there a problem? I thought we said that those boys were going to be put in some rooms." And she starts walking towards you.
Does she seem shifty?
Give me an insight check.
I'd say pretty shifty with the way that she snapped her head when she said that.
Snap, just
Just
you hear every vertebrae cracking.
Now, as she's walking to us, is she doing it in a slow, sexy way?
Oh my god.
I'll have to roll at disadvantage then.
It's Paul.
9.
She rolled a nat 20. It is a slow and sexy way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta re-roll that. 9.
She doesn't seem super shifty to you. I mean, aside from the fact that you think that she might be suspicious. So maybe that's why she looks shifty, but other than that, there's no telltale sort of thing that's like, oh, she's shifty as fuck. She walks up to you all and says, all right, so let me get this straight. You three, so where's the fourth one of you?
the
You
fourth
three,
one of us. Toby's just sleeping right now.
No, he's talking about Dixon, who's waiting back in the lobby.
Okay, so you four come up with some cockamamie sort of thing that gets you brought to the infirmary when we're in the middle of something very important. And you have Dean Tyson come and beg me to give you some rooms. In the middle of what is very clearly an important, distressing moment for all of us. I give you the rooms. Then you say you don't want the rooms. And now you're saying that there are two of me. Which I'm guessing has something to do with this whole Professor Kane broke a vase, and he summoned some sort of creatures.
I mean, he definitely did at least one of those.
You could tell, obviously, we're confused. Maybe we should be in the psych ward, guys. There's a lot going on around here these days.
It's been a busy day.
Yes, so I'm a little confused. I want you to tell me what you think it is that is going on, and what it is that you expect of me. I can give you 2 minutes before I have to go deal with sick students.
Well, I don't know exactly what's going on by any means. It does seem that not all of the faculty has been entirely truthful about what's going on, which I understand from like a student information safety, don't want to cause a panic. But there's just been a lot of our friends, a lot of our classmates ending up in the infirmary or something mysteriously going on with them, even outside of the sickness. Like Leung, our friend, who was sent by FACM, and then all of a sudden he fainted and ended up here too, and then he had no memory of everything. It just seems like something's going on, and we don't know what. And
Then we found you unconscious,
yeah,
and you came to the infirmary.
we found you unconscious, and here you are, seemingly perfectly fine too. And it's just so confusing, everything that's going on. And you're somebody that we've really trusted since we met you and had to come to the infirmary the first time. So, I mean...
Okay. Let me stop you there, because I was never unconscious. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here.
Exactly.
Dean Tyson told me that you said there was something going on at the school, which I didn't understand. I figured we could talk about it when you got here, but let me clear that up for you. I was not at the school. I've been here dealing with these sick kids.
And I believe that.
And all these things that you've been telling me have included Professor Kane. Niall, you said that Coach Rolta is bringing Professor Kane here? Well, yeah, they're on their way now. Okay, well then, when he gets here, why don't we all have a conversation? Because clearly, Professor Kane's up to something, and we need to figure out what that is. But right now, I need to go deal with these sick students before anybody else dies.
That I think that sounds like a great plan to be able to talk it over, but let me ask you this. In the basement where the surge is for the school, are you guys aware of a hidden lab down there and room?
Both Dean Tyson and Dean Livia look at each other, and they scrunch their faces up in confusion and go, "No, what are you talking about?"
So earlier, a couple
what?
days ago, when we were helping FACM fix the surge in the basement and gather some supplies, we ended up coming across a secret room down there.
FYI, you came across a secret room today.
Earlier today. Earlier today, when we were in the basement of the school, we came across a room that had a secret lab area in the back, and one of our fellow classmates, Winona, we found her in that room, unconscious, strapped to a table. So where I'm having a hard time connecting the dots is because while we were down this hall, Winona's chart's hanging on there, no, we weren't snooping. We just happened to see it as we were looking to see if any of our friends were in the hospital. And we saw her name on the chart that says she was here when we saw her in a secret lab in the basement. And I'd be happy to take you guys to show you where it's at because...
Yeah, let's out to a bar that's ran by some deranged twins.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and, you know, I've seen some confused faces. Maybe I'm seeing, like, I'm in the fucking Matrix, and I'm seeing 2 Dean Livias, and maybe there's 2 Winonas, and there's 2 of everybody in this school. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I'm confused. So that's why I come to you guys as our administration that I trust, and it seems like recently there's been a lot of, you're right, Fackham's name showing up, so it'd be great if we could have a conversation with him, but, you know, Dean Livia, I trust you, you know, a lot, but I'm also hearing your name, so I'm just confused. So, if anybody would like to shed some light on this situation, that'd be great.
Okay. At that very moment, you see Dixon's head pop around the far side of the hallway.
Dixon, thanks for joining us. I just spilled everything that we've known, because we got a lot of, like, faculty and stuff here.
Manny, did you tell him about the flower pot and how Fackham Kane broke it?
No, not yet, but that vase, yeah. I think it was Kane.
Okay, so Dixon, you do wind up you're acknowledged and you just step out in the open.
Yep.
Okay, you're calling down from the far end of the hallway.
Just with my head around the corner, that's what I yell.
Did you tell him of the flower pot?
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, we it's included in that too. Just know there's a broken vase, which it very well could have been Fackham.
Dean Livia starts massaging her temples and she goes, I don't have time to deal with this. I am trying to save these students' lives. As the doors from the front lobby swing open and Professor Kane and Coach Rolta walk in.
I tuck behind the wall.
Give me a stealth roll.
The wall or a wall?
No, the wall that I'm...
The wall?
No.
A wall.
Hey, Manny. Secretly, of course. Should we tell him about the amulet, too?
I fucking not, dude.
Forgot about that. Yeah, Milo, add that in.
What fucking amulet?
The one of the eye or something.
The one that Leon
came out of the infirmary wearing. He's like, I woke up with this eye amulet.
Oh, man, I don't even remember that.
It's like, I have this amulet on me. We're like, oh, what's the etching of an eye? And Paul's like, no. It's an actual fucking eyeball.
We're like, yes, cross-reference eye amulets with forbidden text.
And then Ben got 10 pages of books that he pieced through and hasn't come back with any information yet.
We haven't sat down for me to read.
It probably has like all of the answers. We're trying to just like interrogate the teachers for some reason over.
They might have information too. I think in a one-on-one situation we could be taken advantage of. With this many people around hearing it, I thought it was a good call. I've been wrong before.
So, Dixon, did you roll a stealth roll?
16.
Yeah, okay. You think that you ducked behind the wall when everybody turned to look at Professor Kane and Coach Rolta walking in.
Did I say 16? I meant 26.
You think that you did. Good.
And when Professor Kane walks in, he says, Coach Rolta here is saying that you boys have been making some sort of accusations about me.
Oh, goodness. Do I have to repeat myself? All right. Kane, it's not necessarily an accusation towards you.
I thought that we had already gone over this and that you had tried accusing me of something the other night in the basement.
No.
What is it with you, Manny? I thought that you liked being my student and you wanted to help me with things.
What is it with your hellhounds in your little lab?
What are you talking about?
No, look. I would love to continue to help you and learn from you. I think there's just a lot going on. I'm not saying that you're behind it. Maybe you know
yes,
some information.
Of course there's a lot going on, says Dean Livia. There are students dying, and I'm sitting here listening to students mouth off about things. But you know what? Now that you're here, Fackham, I have a bone to pick with you.
I pull out some popcorn.
While these boys talking about me being at the school or whatever, I wasn't there. I don't know what they're talking about, but I think it's time that you tell all of us what's going on with this little project of yours that you've been doing. Well, what are you talking about? What, the project? What does that have to do with anything? It has everything to do with this. Because ever since you started with this project, the students have basically been sick. So why don't you tell us what happened with your experiment? What is it?
Ooh.
And Professor Kane just kind of like looks sidelong at everybody and goes, I've told the faculty, I'm working on perfecting surges.
And
Can we call in Donnie from the side?
By using us as the source?
What? No, not, of course not. I've been experimenting so that we don't have to use live animals. We can just, if we find a scale on the ground, we can use it. If we happen to kill something that is terrorizing a village, we can use it. And Dean Livia says, oh, and pray tell, when was the last time that you ran a surge experiment with these dead things? Well, it was a few days ago. The same day that the boys went out to hunt down griffin feathers.
So when we left to go get the griffin feathers, nobody was sick, and we came back and everybody was sick.
Well, that's merely coincidence.
I'm piecing together the timeline of sicknesses.
And that's when we found Liang, and then that's when Liang woke up with that weird amulet around his neck.
What are you talking about? What amulet?
Yeah, just fucking throw everything out there.
I thought that's kind of what we were doing.
I have it.
Yeah, I think you kept, or somebody kept the
I do
amulet.
have it.
Yeah, I think you put it on.
He had this amulet on that had like some sort of an eyeball on it.
Professor Kane says, again, I've already addressed these accusations about Liang. He asked for help, and he never came down to see me. And I ran a surge experiment, but the items that I used were all used up. They burned, it didn't work. Oh, are you so sure that it didn't work? Maybe it worked so well that it poisoned everybody on campus.
That's a good fucking point.
scathing.
I'm gonna let this go for a second. Yeah, I got so many things to jump in, but they're on a roll with getting information out.
Now, usually when someone argues with themselves, it's called schizophrenia. We call it being a dungeon master.
Like, for example, Dean Livia was not at the school or whatever. She was here, but we just saw her and Facum Kane arguing.
Yeah, there's lots of things. All right, proceed. We're just whispering in a corner, all together. Proceed, guys.
There's no way that it would have poisoned everybody. The items that I was using burned up. We all know that when surges expire, the things that they turn into what? A fine... Boys, you guys want to jump in? What do they turn into when the surge items are used up?
The thing that we definitely know from our years being at this college.
Poison.
Dust.
Yes, dust. Very fine dust. How big was the experiment that you ran, Facum? Oh, well, I mean, how big was it?
Average size.
I ran a surge experiment with 4 ancient dragon scales. And yes, it did create quite a bit of dust, but that has nothing to do with... I think it has everything to do with what's going on, and now that I know that you were using ancient dragon scales, maybe I can finally find a cure. And she storms away.
Why did he only use 4?
Sounds like a big experiment.
Because he could only count to 4?
1. What comes after 1? 2. What comes after 2?
Quick, Facum, how high can you count?
Oh,
Facum, do me a favor. Try to count to 5 real quick.
I can only count to 4.
1, 2, 5, 4, 5.
Well,
1,
as
5.
they say, 3 shall be the number that thou counts to.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
Mike Dixon being behind the wall, was I able to hear everything they said?
Yes, you can hear everything that was said.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know that.
So Dean Livia walks away?
Yes, she walks back to all of the nurses and doctors that have stopped everything that they're doing to stare at this shouting match that's been happening.
Gotcha.
Does everyone watch her walk away? Or?
Yeah, everybody turns, just stops their conversation and stares at her as she's walking away. Man.
I'm leaning around the corner.
How could we be enemies with that?
Hate to see her leave, but I love to watch her go.
But I love her ass. Wait, what? Anyways, Dean Livia walks away. Everybody stares. Everybody gets back to normal conversation. And look, Facum, I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. I think that there's, I was explaining to them beforehand. Outside of anything going on with testing and surge, whatever, there's things that we don't understand. for example, we just saw you and Dean Livia arguing down on the other side of the school around the time that we got attacked by hellhounds and a giant fucking bee drill.
No. Ask Coach Rolta. She found me in my office. I've been working on this surge, trying to perfect it. You boys walked in on me working on this surge.
You're right.
Contraption when you got back from the Griffins.
You're right, and this is why we have questions, because clear as day, all of us saw what looked to be you arguing with what looked to be Dean Livia on the other side of school. But Dean Livia claimed she was in the hospital this whole time, and you were in your office. So that's one thing we're not having a great time understanding. Another thing was, in the basement, after helping you with the surge, we ended up stumbling upon a secret lab room. And within that room, we saw Winona, our classmate, chained to a fucking desk thing with a bunch of beakers and stuff around. And then, you know what? I walked her back to her dorm room, and I come here, and I see that she's been admitted to the hospital this whole time because I saw her chart. So there's another example where it says Winona's been here this whole time, but I saw her chained to a fucking table on the other side of school in a secret lab room.
Does he react to that shiftily?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, that's good.
Wait, is Dean Livia still in sight?
She's walked back to her group of doctors and nurses, and she's in a room somewhere.
It doesn't matter. I rolled a wand.
Yeah, great then.
You don't know what to think.
And then, in fact, on top of that too, right? I know that we talked about the whole Leung situation when we found him after he was supposed to meet up with you. That's fine. Again, I don't think you had any hand in that. But when he woke up and came to class the next day, he had no memory of anything, and he woke up with that weird amulet that Milo brought up too. So again, I'm not saying that you're responsible for anything. I'm not saying Dean Livia is responsible for anything. I'm trying to figure out if anybody has information on this because I am confused. And I am worried, and I'm scared, and I'm thinking about dropping out of school. And that's really not what I'd want to do, because I want to keep learning, and obviously, graduating is important, but I am worried. So, again, as I re-explain all that to you, I don't think that, I don't know that you're not at fault. I'd like to trust and believe you. Again, you've always been my favorite professor, but I need some answers because I'm losing trust and faith in everybody. And I'd like to make sure I said all of that loud enough that Tyson, Crayola, like everybody is listening and can hear.
Did you say a Crayola?
Crayola. No, a Crayolta.
Okay, yeah, everybody could hear what you were saying, and Dean Tyson says, Fackham, I'm thinking that perhaps we should put you back in your office pending further investigation of these allegations. I'm sorry to say, my friend, it's not looking good for you.
Like, does anybody have Zone of Truth?
I don't have any spell slots available.
Like, Professor, fucking Tyson. Like,
I'll say I have Zone of Truth, and I pull out my piece. I'm like, this is a real truthful zone right now, isn't it?
Not exactly what I meant, but I love the intimidation factor. Great job.
To say I have Dispel Magic, but that doesn't help.
Do I know he pulled his gun on a teacher?
No, like, I say it so everybody can hear, even if there's some random fucking nurse. Like, does anybody have a Zone of Truth that we can just settle this? Like,
because I like to pull my long swords.
It's like, I'll cast Longstrider. It's like,
why would we lie about this?
Like, why does
all
there
I
need to
care
be
about is Pyrocross coming back. I don't care about any of this intrigue.
I care about Pyrocross and graduation, and I just don't like that friends are dying, and there's so much going on.
At the far end of the hallway, you see Dean Livia walk back out of the room, and she says, well, you can all put yourselves at ease, because now that I knew how to counteract the ancient dragon scale dust that has infected the bloodstream of every student, I've just cured the first of many.
That was quick.
Yeah,
that took like 5 seconds.
You're really good at your job.
I guess this was just all a big accident. We
no,
can go.
But that's fine. I still think that there's a lot of questions, though. I'm happy now I don't have to worry about people dying of this sickness. That's great. But there's still, secret rooms and weird amulets and,
crazy bitches in the bar and...
Yeah, I wasn't even there for that one, but they tell me these bitches had black eyes and... There's apparently 2 barmaids. I didn't even realize we had a bar on campus, but, with black pupils, killing peoples. So, yes, I am blown away by how good you are at your job. Like, it truly is doing something to me right now. But I am still so confused that there's so many questions.
I just need to go to sleep.
Dean Tyson turns to Coach Rolta and says, Akreya, please escort Fackham back to his offices and please watch the door through the night. I will stay here with Dean Livia, make sure that her cure winds up getting administered to all the students. I am a little suspicious that it happened so quickly there, Dola. She pops her head out of the room that she had just walked into and she says, well, I didn't know how to proceed exactly. Now that I know, I can fix it. So, maybe you should just
Does anybody want to see the secret fucking lab? I'll take them there.
Man, Manny really snapped this episode.
Manny, we will follow up on your claims, but for now,
That
go
seems
back.
pretty important.
Manny, here's a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Very hungry. I haven't slept in a while. I'm very tired, very hungry.
Eat and feel better, friend.
I'm very confused.
Eat and feel better. Shh.
Yes, exactly. Go back to your dorm rooms. Rest.
So nobody knows Zone of Truth. Is that what you're telling me? We can't just answer questions right here and put everybody at ease for that. We're just gonna, watch things instead of just answer questions. That's cool.
We do not have anybody that can cast Zone of Truth here. We'll need to reach out to Dean Sarson tomorrow morning because he is currently off campus. He's resting, as should we all be. It's late, and right now, it seems like we have some answers at least. We know how to heal these students, and we know that there's something suspicious that we can investigate, this lab of yours, and we will keep an eye on things. But for now, go to bed.
Can I do some sort of check to see how much I trust this Tyson guy?
Sure, give me an insight check.
Do you still have your gun out?
Yeah, I'm just casually just holding it.
Waving it around.
Oh, I didn't roll. It just dropped. Damn it. It's a 3.
You believe him.
Well, that's good.
Do I think Coach could take Fackham in a 1v1 if it came to that?
It depends, because he's a magic user and she is a fighter. So if she lets him get out of range, then she would probably lose.
But do I think she could beat that ass?
Yeah, she's standing 2 feet from him. She could probably hit him pretty hard.
All right.
All right. That's fine. Guys, why don't we head back to our room? Sound good? Everybody cool? I'm cool. Is everybody else cool? I'm good.
I'm cool.
I am cool and also good.
All right, good. Cool.
I'm behind a wall.
Let's grab Dixon. Dixon, where you at?
I don't answer him.
All right, Dixon, we're headed back to the room now. If you're listening, just walk out. It's time to go. All right.
I try to make a little. I take out of my pocket a couple knives and other sharp objects, and I set them with a box and a stick and some string.
Leave him like a trail back to
Make
the
a
room.
Dixon trap with sharp objects.
All right.
Just little thumbtacks, just
Guys,
in the way.
don't worry. I know how to get him out. I pull out my iPod, and I will play some Stair 281 really loud because he can't resist singing along to it. So we will find him.
I don't.
Wow.
This is more important.
The self-control of this man.
I got nothing.
All right. Well, seriously, let's leave.
Let's go,
And
yeah.
I would like to.
Can I have Toby go investigate the secret room just while we're gone?
No, you can't, because you're out of wild shape.
But that's a good idea, Milo. Instead of going to our dorm, do we go there and see if somebody tries? We'll actually go and just try to sleep there. I'll set up alarms and we'll see if somebody tries to sneak in tonight.
We definitely do need to sleep.
Yeah, we could set up alarms. And we could just sleep there instead. Because now that I kind of put a major fucking target on our head and spilled all the information we know, if whoever's responsible heard of it, they might try to go and hide the shit.
That's what I was thinking. If Toby could come back, I'd have him do it. But, I mean, I guess it has to be us now, right?
Yeah, we could quickly run back to our dorm and grab some sleeping bags and
Are you whispering right in front of Vacuum Kane?
No, I figured we were walking away because I said we were leaving. So I picture we're like kind of walking out, and I'm just kind of...
Okay. Thank you for asking that question, Beerich.
You guys are fucking idiots.
I was curious as well. All right, so you guys are walking out, and you're trying to figure out...
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, I'm thinking we got one of two options. We go back to our dorm room, and we fucking barricade that shit to make sure nobody comes in the middle of the night. Because I really did just, potentially tell all the enemies we know what they're up to. We could write it. We could put it in the school paper so all the students know about it.
Oh, you're in the school paper now, too?
I have clubs. Looks good on the rest.
Dixon didn't hear that, did he?
No, he did not.
I know the editor. It's okay. It's not me, though.
It's not me. I go by an alias.
Instead of the Ivory Alchemist, I go by the Black Alchemist. It's the opposite.
Ebony, you fuck.
Oh, the Ebony Alchemist. Yeah, nobody knows who the fuck that is. The Ebony Alchemist. Definitely not Manfred McQuaid. At night, I turn into the Ebony Alchemist. Keeping the streets safe.
Oh, no.
But while in school.
All right. So you three are on your way out of the infirmary, and you're trying to figure out what you want to do in terms of going back to your dorm or keeping an eye on the entrance to the
We're being a vigilante.
secret lab. Dixon, what are you doing?
I'm debating where I can pick up the newest edition of the school paper with an exciting article by the Ebony Alchemist.
It's a good read.
Oh my god. Was Vacuum Kane still in the room when they left?
No, Coach Rolta would have escorted Facum off the premises and back to their office.
And they didn't say anything after these guys left. I didn't know if like were shit talking them after, or like they said anything that like they all knew about it.
Okay, so the timeline would have been Dean Tyson said, Coach Rolta, why don't you escort Professor Kane back to his office? And they would have left. There would have been some more discussion. Then your compatriots would have left, and they're murmuring amongst themselves. And the people that are still there are all the doctors, nurses, Dean Livia, who is slowly going from room to room. And now the doctors and nurses are starting to spread out along the 300s hallway, as they now know how to treat this illness. And Dean Tyson is there kind of observing.
Fuck. That's not good. It's not good.
I mean, they know you're somewhere in there.
Yeah, but they don't know where. That's the best part.
They're all preoccupied.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing some reconnaissance. Are there any Dragonborn doctors or nurses? Do I know that to be a fact?
Yes, there is definitely one. And Dean Tyson is also a Dragonborn.
Okay. This is going to work perfectly. Do I see a doctor's coat anywhere?
Yes, there's one right by the psych ward doors.
I want it.
Okay, you put it on.
I want to put it
Oh,
on.
God, he's going to be admitted for pretending to be a doctor. You're not a doctor, silly.
That's a crime.
Go
It's a
back to
felony.
No, it's not.
Impersonating a doctor? Felony.
No, it's not.
Expulsion.
Fuck them. I should have got expelled anyways. Is there one of those fancy head circle things with the band on it? You know what I'm talking about?
Stethoscope.
No.
The light bulb thing.
That thing. The little silver circle that the cartoon doctors wear.
Believe it or not, there is one hanging up right next to that
I
coat.
don't believe it.
I want it.
What are
And
the
I want
odds?
it on my head.
What are the odds?
Okay, you put it on your head, and then you see that none of the other doctors or nurses are wearing those.
I don't give a fuck. I'm a transfer doctor.
A travel doctor.
So, is there a clipboard?
Yes.
I want it. Is there a pencil?
Attached to the clipboard.
Outstanding. So I want to poke my head around the corner. Is it Dean Tyson?
Yes, Dean Tyson is standing there just kind of observing, arms folded.
So if I walked around the corner, he would see me.
Depends on if you have the clipboard over your face.
I have the clipboard over my face in the most I'm hiding my face way possible. I'm not good at this.
Okay.
And I want to come around the corner and tuck into the first room that's open with a doctor in it.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for me.
This isn't good.
You're going into a room?
Yeah.
He goes into the room, they'd be like, Doctor, thank God you're here. The operation's about to begin.
Like Drake and Josh with Dr. Nussbaum or whatever?
Dr. Nussbaum.
The toe surgeon or something?
15.
Okay, you duck into the room, and you see that there is a patient there. Very ill.
Oh, shit.
Ill like sick or ill like sick?
Help me, doctor, I'm dying.
It's, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of dying.
Yeah, you're dead. Good news is you're still alive. Bad news is you won't be for long. All right. There's no other doctor in the room?
You walk in, and yes, there's a nurse in there.
I guess you'll do.
Not a doctor, but...
Oh, you're just a nurse.
Yeah, I want to make sure that they know that they hate that shit so
yeah, trust me, I know.
Excuse me, doctor. Oh,
you're just a nurse.
you're a nurse.
Can you get me the doctor? You don't know shit.
Okay. So I walk in the room, there's a nurse there. I have a clipboard over my face. I want to pull it down so just my eyes are looking over the clipboard. I say, excuse me, nurse. I was in the bathroom. I know that we just had a meeting on how to cure these with Dean Livia. Can you give me the quick rundown of how we're curing these patients?
Yes. Of course, Dr.
Nussbaum.
She says, oh yes, you're the doctor transfer from Danikesh. And you look down at your name tag, and it actually does say Dr. Nussbaum.
I know. Did research.
That's why you said it. So she says, that seems like a very inopportune time to have to use the bathroom, but yes, we're going to be taking our restorative ointment, and instead of just using it like it was before, we are now combining it with the scale of a dragon in order to counteract that specific ailment. So before the restorative ointment wasn't strong enough, we thought we were going to have to brew a whole bunch of potion of vitality, but it seems like this will be enough.
And I act like I'm writing on my clipboard, but really I'm just doodling a pirate ship. Just a really shitty stick figure. I say, And this restorative ointment is made of what?
I mean, that's a basic medical question. You should know that. Magical medical question.
I'm not the one under examination.
Excuse me, I don't like the tone that you're taking with me, doctor.
Ooh, big words from a nurse.
I figured that this was a pretty standard conversation, and I am examining you.
No, we're supposed to be examining the patient.
Well, I'm examining you, examining the patient. Did you not want to be a doctor, or did you just want to be a nurse for the rest of your life?
She flushes and says, I am perfectly happy being a nurse. I know just as much as you do.
I don't doubt that in the slightest.
You probably know more.
However, part of my assignment here is I was able to pick and shadow and assess a nurse's performance in this hospital. You're that lucky person. I apologize.
Give me a deception roll.
Fuck! Damn it.
Now, if you would have said she probably would have known more, she would have liked you and just let it slide.
Ah, damn it. Fucking 15. Wasn't as high as I wanted.
Do you have inspiration do you want to use?
I do, but I feel like, if I use it...
15's not a bad roll.
15's not a bad roll.
Everything can't be 20s.
No, sure can't. I stick with my 15.
All right, well, that 15 works because she goes from being flushed and clearly upset to blushing because you have just complimented her. And she says, oh, well, I'm sorry for taking that tone of voice with you, Dr. Nussbaum. I'm sure you understand that doctors are not always so accommodating for nurses.
I understand.
But the ointment is made of healing properties. It allows us to normally heal any ailment or disease, but this illness has proven very, very difficult to cure. We haven't been able to heal it even with greater restoration, but modifying the ointment in this way is allowing us to target a specific disease, apparently.
Outstanding. You're doing a fantastic job. Proceed. I'll just be here taking notes. And I just want to draw sharks under my ship, seagulls above my ship, and a little bit of waves that the boat is on. Until she's done doing whatever she's doing to the patient. And then right before she finishes, say, good work, future doctor, and get the fuck out of the room before she asks any more follow-up questions.
Do you come and meet up with us, too?
No. Fuck would I do that? You guys barricaded the door. Not that I know that.
No, we haven't decided if we're going to the lab or the dorm room yet. I was waiting for you to come out so we could all be in a spot.
Well, as soon as Dixon leaves the room, you spin around and you're face-to-face with Dean Tyson.
Yeah, I go, and I throw my clipboard up and sprint out of there.
Okay, you sprint down the hallway, and you leave through the lobby, and outside on the gravel path outside the infirmary, you see your companions, Manny, Milo, and Thad, arguing about barricading the dorm room or going and sleeping outside of the entrance to the secret lab.
Okay, I want to sprint by them and say, dorm room, let's go, and just keep running.
Oh.
I just impersonated a doctor in front of a dean. I'm not hanging around, my boy.
So go to the dorm room where they expect us to be.
Yeah, because if I kill him there, it's self-defense.
This isn't our property where you just, if they come inside the dorm room, you can kill.
As Dixon continues to run away and you're getting louder and louder trying to make sure he hears you.
All right, fine.
Scurry with him.
Guys, that's fine. Let's all go back to the dorm room. And then, once we get into the dorm room, I would like to make sure we barricade the fuck out of our doors.
I would like to sleep directly in front of the door in my shell. Wait, does the door swing in or out?
It swings in.
Yeah, being on my shell, I would block it.
Thad, so you don't have to sleep on the floor for that. We could just move the entire bed, and with you sleeping on the bottom bunk and me on the top bunk in front of the door.
But while I'm in my shell, I get advantage on strength checks.
Yeah, that's...
How the fuck does that work?
Because I'm too fat to move.
Yeah, but, like, in bed, you could do that, right? Like, don't you want to be more comfortable?
What, are you trying to seduce him?
I mean, that's fine.
I guess we could move the whole bed.
Yeah, I just figured...
Right in front.
Yeah, and then with me on top and you on bottom and you in your shell and...
I'm talking her on top, me on bottom.
Yeah.
Talking missionary. We're talking elephant man on top and turtle man on the bottom.
Talking grab the tusk.
Okay, so you guys wind up moving the bed in front of the door. Manny and Thad are in those bunks. Milo and Dixon are in their bunks. And you're resting for the night?
Yes.
100%.
Is there more we want to do? Should I magically tinker with shit to play music? If people wiggle the knob?
No.
We think this is sufficient?
I mean, if people want to wiggle the knob, they could do that in private. It's their own business.
You have 2,000 pounds in front of the door.
Well, I will assume you guys wind up putting all the traps and alarms that you can possibly think of in your deliriously spent state, because you are out of surges and spell slots and all sorts of stuff, and you make it through the night. Nobody bugs you. Like, you don't wake up to the door or anything like that, and you finally have a long rest.
Woo!
Yay.
Except for Manny.
Oh, man.
You have a terrible, terrible nightmare. You dream that Winona is being tortured. And no matter how hard you run, how fast you run, you can't get there in time to save her. And you snap awake with everybody else yawning as the brightness of day. And that's where we'll pick up next week, when you guys have leveled up.
Level up.
So do I not get my spell slots just because I had a restless night?
We'll talk about what happened.
AKA, fuck you.
So, lots of stuff happened this episode, and our students have finally managed to maybe get to the bottom of things? Not really.
I committed a crime.
But we're going to continue their investigations and their education, and then find out what happened as a result of Manny's nightmares in our next episode. Until then, if you can't wait to hear more Death Saving Bros, we encourage you to head over to patreon.com, where we have extra episodes, bloopers, and pre-show recordings where we try and recap and joke around. Again, that is patreon.com/deathsavingbros. If you want to keep in touch with us, we are available on social media at Death Saving Bros on Instagram, X, Facebook, and Twitter, or Reddit.
Got him.
If you would like to keep in touch with us personally, I am available at HB Camper.
You can find me at benfro15.
Find me at ima_b_rad.
You can find me at Reddit.
You can find me on the PlayStation Network as FATT-Smith.
And to all those of you who are listening in your cars, in your homes, or wherever you may be, keep saving those death throws, and we'll see you on the next one. This episode was made possible by our patrons. The following individuals have pledged at the $5 tier. Tad Corsi. Thank you for your support. Some of the sounds and background music in this production are copyright material. The song, The Dangerous Dole Olivia, is by Ivan Duke. This track is used with permission, all rights reserved.